friends, this is Sharon and Texture Junkies. I'm coming back with another Makers Creative collab hosted by PM Artist Studio, and for December it is Dare to Draw. And I actually did another project and then decided it needed a process video. So I decided to change it because this one was always floating around in my head anyway. It is Tuesday. Videos are due tomorrow. I do know that I'm pushing it, but the point of this exercise is to have a time limit. I usually do this big, over-the-top, sort of crazy project, and it's December. We're all busy. We're doing extra things, wrapping gifts, putting up decorations, making candy, doing our thing, but taking time out for our mental health and playtime is really important. So I'm going to show you a jar that I have when I don't know what to do, or I only have a few minutes, well, you know, an hour or two, and I don't have a big project going, how I let the universe decide what I'm doing. And let me move this away. And each time I do a new style of project, or, you know, like quick projects, not like big, not like the mask, or I get a new medium, or I learn a new technique, or think of a fun new descriptive word, or because we change, we evolve, we keep growing as an artist, and it is really fun to go back and play with the mediums that you forgot about, or, you know, the things that you haven't done for a while, and how you would do them differently. So I'm going to show you my Wild Abandon jar. This I got at a thrift store a long time ago, and I knew immediately what it was going to be for. And I'm about to add some more words to this, because each time you come across a new medium or a new technique or a new, you know, you'll want to add to your jar. So you have one more thing in the pot that you can do. So I have this stack, and I thought of a few more words, and I haven't added anything here for a while, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a crunch. And I want them all to be kind of the same size, but I'm just using scraps for this, and they're all a little bit different, and it doesn't matter because I don't know which ones are which. They're even different colors because I'm not looking. Before I get started, I would like to say, please follow along with the Makers Creative Collab Hop. It is full of fascinating and eclectic artists that all might do something different, and you're just going to find a lot of variety and a lot of inspiration. They're all wonderful. So at the end of this video, there's going to be a box that you're going to click on, and it's going to take you to the next person in the hop, and it'll just go around. But I'll also have a list in my description, so you can, if you get lost or whatever, you can click on there. And here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to pick 3 items, and I'm probably going to do it twice, depending on how crazy. And I know I have a time limit. I only have a couple hours. You can do this kind of a jar in anything, in any container that you can reach into blindly and let the universe tell you what to do. So it's a lot of fun. It's a quick way to fill a moment, and I appreciate you being here to help me draw my tickets. All right, so let's see what the universe has in store here. And this is me drawing out, Dare to Draw, my tickets. Okay, so I have an envelope, and there's descriptive words, there's items, there's words like shiny, there's let's see, I'm going to dig deep and try to get an old one, because I want to go back to, oh, pigment. Go back to maybe something I haven't done for a while. That'd be cool. Let me give that another shake, because I know these are ones that I had added within the last couple months. Okay, and let's see this. Oh, orange. So those are my 3. I'm going to use those 3 and make a quick project, and then, okay, I'm back. I'm going to show you this in a minute, but stay till the end because I'm going to have a couple little tips. This was exactly what I needed, and I mean exactly. First of all, you can pick as many as you like from your wild abandon jar. You can do this any way you like. I've seen people use popsicle sticks, but this is like a personal challenge to yourself. So it's like a little game you can play with yourself. You're stuck on a junk journal page, an art journal page. You have some new tags that you want to use, or you can always pick your substrate ahead of time, even a canvas. You never know what's going to come out. And it greases the cogs, you know. It gets your brain moving, so you're thinking and outside the box, or doing things maybe you wouldn't normally do and putting them together that way. You can also fit the time that you have available. So I was going to pick 2, and I, like me, went way overboard because that's what I can't not do that. It's hard for me to do something really simple. However, I do keep some things on hand that are more simple. Look at this cool guitar stencil. What I do is the inky tags, and I do have lots of those in my shop, in packs. But I just have fun when I get a new color, or when I just want to sit down and do something quick. I will pull out 20 of these, you know. I do have, like, this is mailing, and it was like that over 55 or over 50, you know, welcome to 50 that came in the mail. And it's not finished, but it's the first layer on there. I do keep envelopes handy, and I might throw them in my splat box, or I might roll off on them, or clear a stamp with paint on it, or, you know. So I keep those in a little bin just under my desk on a stack of drawers. And they're just really handy to have. So it was easy for me to put this together, although I did spend a lot of time on it. I put it together and used some of these elements, and that made it, you know, way more complete. So, without further ado, are you ready for this? Wild abandon, that's what we had. And I'll have a tip. Don't let me forget the tip. Okay, so my challenge was to use only scraps. I had to use what was in arm's reach, and I was trying to get lost. I picked 3 tags, and my 3 tags right here were orange, envelope, and pigment. And this is what I did. I was a little scared about the orange. If you feel like you picked a color or something that might be a little tricky, get those out ahead of time. Kind of surround yourself with items you think you might use. You don't have to use them all, but, you know, get a few out. And here we go. So I'm going to share, and I'm going to stand up to make sure that you're seeing this, because I am famous for being out of. So this is from an old book, and they're on a bicycle. And some of these pieces I already had in my scrap box from back when on the gel plate. This says hustle, because this is about the hustle and bustle. I stamped all over it. The envelope already had paint, and then I used a PM Artist Studio cog stencil here, greasing the cogs. This is a little tag, or a little trinket that says balance on the back, which I thought was perfect. And I found this orange string that I had never even opened, so it was pretty cool. This is a, oh, incidentally, I did use some Happy Mail here too. I have a tendency to hoard it, and I really tried to use some. It's a bookmark. It's got a little key hanging from it, and I just sewed it on with a little bit of fabric there. It's got a doodled PM Artist Studio stencil on the back. It was a scrap pocket. So I love this print right here. I used something I haven't used in ages, some digital images. This is a cork with a butterfly stamped on it. I think what I did here, I stamped on tissue, because I did it so long ago. It's in one of my building elements that I probably made 20 of. I stamped on tissue and then decoupaged it on. This is a new copper, cool, awesome ribbon that I got, thinking it might go on my tree. I've got one of my little scrap tags here. It's got a couple little, there's an embossed piece, and this is all from the scrap bin. I sewed it. I did put some eyes just on the front cover. Same here. I guess I should have put an eye there. This has got a letter L for love, because they look like they're in love. There's a sprayed tag, and then there's an A inside, because I turned my envelope into a pocketbook. I already had these, and these I drew on, or I stamped on, and then I colored, and then I did a bit of doodling. This was drawn on with an embossing pen and then embossed in copper, and it's right over one of those inky tags. And I wrote breathe on the back. There's some happy mail right here with some sprayed and painted gel print. That's the scrap from the front right there. Here's one of those beautiful moths that Charmin sent me, and it says relax on it. And I did a bit more doodling on it, and it's on some of that giant paper roll that Bill brought me, or the sheets. They're perfect for tags. That's what that is, and it's really thick. There's some more of that tissue, some copper tape. This says unwind. There's another moth right here. Because it said hustle on the front, it says bustle. Just a little stamping here and there. Tissue paper. So these were already done, they found a home, and that's pretty cool. This one right here, this is embossed on alcohol ink on the gel plate with some paint. I stamped on here. It's actually stamped underneath too. This tag here was an alcohol ink tag with some of that tissue paper, and wheels keep turning, it says, and there's a cog, which I tied with a bow right there. And it fits perfectly right there. Look at that. That was an accident, and I thought, well, that's where that goes. On the back, I have this, and this is a PM Artist Studio stencil, and it's on a thick piece of cardstock, and that was actually a tag that I had, or a little postcard, you know, that I made in batches, and I did some drawing on there around to define the stencil. Another thing I hadn't used in ages right there, and that was a stamp. I made a bunch of those. Here's one that I had already done, but I wrote find the magic all around on it and added a tie, so that goes in there. This is the flap of the envelope, incidentally, and then I added that piece. This has a PM Artist Studio stencil. It's the cogs again, and then this is the cogs sprayed on there. There's a ticket. I have a letter A, and this is just papers with all that same stencil that I love so much from them. It says sing, dance, laugh, enjoy all the moments. So the point of the exercise is to let go and to find some peace. Find your Zen garden. Rules? There are no rules. If you get stuck, just a minute, I have a tip for you. You can pick 3, 5, 10, it doesn't matter. You can challenge yourself in any way you'd like. Maybe a blank page, maybe an ATC. Everything from art journals to zipper tags, A to Z. You could even put in here the letters A through Z singly, and then you really have to serve. But I have walnut crystals here somewhere. They're right there. Walnut crystals with water in one of these water pens. So if there's a place where, incidentally, I haven't inked anything in ages, and I really enjoyed that. I forgot how much joy I get just from inking something. But if there's a place where you didn't get ink on it, or you forgot, or you want to just add some darkness, you can make this as light or as heavy as you want and mix that in there. And There's a box coming up very soon here in a minute, and this will be posted on Saturday. So I'm thinking Saturday, today I'm live, I'm going to pick from this jar for our little houses. I think it'll be fun. It's like, you know, you telling me what to do or the universe telling me what to do. So have a blast. Tell me if you make one of these jars up, and you can do it any creative way you want. I know Carrie over at Carrie's Mixed Media, she has ATC cards, but it's a little bit different what she's doing. But let me know if you make one and how you're going to make your jar or your container or your way to pick. I would be interested to know. I think it's really fun and we can encourage each other. So give everybody a thumbs up on the hop. Subscribe, like, share, do whatever. Just show them some love. Maybe leave a comment. And you guys have a fabulous and magical day. Bye, guys.